This is the plaintiff, Edmund Flynn. He says he and the defendant had been friends for about 25 years, and now he doesn't know anymore. The guy hired him to install a wood floor in his house, and they agreed on a price. When he handed him the bill at the end of the job, the sneak told him he wasn't going to be paying him anything more because of the money he says he was owed from 20 years ago. Huh? He's suing for $577, the money he's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Howard Rosenthal. He says he doesn't owe the plaintiff any more money because he paid him extra money on other jobs he's done in the past, and he had a little credit with the guy. When he reminded the plaintiff about it, he didn't want to hear it, so here they are. He's accused of having a very good memory. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,805 for monies owed.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff installed a wood floor for the defendant and says he got stiffed over an ancient bill. But the defendant says, yeah, he had a credit. It's the case of woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Edmund Flynn, you are suing Howard Rosenthal for, let's see, you just upped it from $350 to $577. You just amended your claim?
Yes.
Okay. $577 that you say he owes you for installing some floors. You were a counterclaim against him, $1,800 and change for money you say that you loaned him that he never repaid. Okay, go ahead, talk to me. What happened?
Long and short of it is I just did a job for him.
How do you two know each other?
Just been friends for the last 25 years. Just from growing up in the same area.
So you know each other from the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and then you stayed in touch all these years? Or you're still in the neighborhood?
Stayed in touch.
All right, so does he call you and ask you to do this floor, or you run into him? How does this work?
I ran into him and he asked me to do a job for his mother's apartment.
And what was the job?
The job was free-floating wood flooring.
What's a free-floating wood floor? What does that mean?
It's basically it's not nailed down, and it's gravity keeps it in place, and
Okay.
it's
All right, and did you quote him a price?
yes.
What's the price?
150 a day,
All right, and how many days did it take you to do it?
4 days.
Did he agree to that price?
Yes, that's well below market value.
Right. Okay, so when you gave him a bill, how much was the bill for?
The bill was for $350 originally, just
Okay.
because it was no contract signed. It was basically a verbal agreement.
Okay. So if the bill was $350 originally, why are you suing for he didn't pay it, right?
He didn't pay.
Okay, and why are you suing for $577
Well-
if the bill is $350?
No, I just went back to the original agreement.
The original agreement was that it would be $150 a day.
Right.
So then you present him with a reduced bill.
Yeah,
Why?
because he was refusing to pay.
So,
So-
okay. He can't refuse to pay until you present a bill. The refusal to pay comes after you present a bill. How much was the bill for that he refused to pay?
I didn't present him a bill. I just told him this is what you owe me,
What did you tell him he owed you?
$350.
Okay. Hi, what's going on?
This whole thing is a bogus assertion. What happened was Edmund came to my house and said that he was down and out and he needed a place to stay. And
When was that?
in January of this year.
Of this year. Okay.
Yes. And can I crash at your house till I get a new apartment? And then he was going to receive money from an annuity that he had from his union, and he was going to get a place to live.
Okay.
And this went on for a while, a couple of weeks, and then I had a couple guys that worked for me regularly. One's here with me in the courtroom, and another one had a notarized.
What do you do?
What do? I do financial planning.
Okay, so
And,
they work for you doing what?
Eric does everything, and Paulie's a handyman. Eric works on the computer doing things, assists my mother, and
Okay, they work for you in your job or work for you
independently.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so they were going to, Eric and Paulie were going to install the floor, and we picked out the flooring, and Edmund came to my house, was sleeping on the couch. I brought in a notarized affidavit from my roommate saying that, Edmund spent several days on the couch sleeping there. And during that period of time, Edmund went with them and assisted them in installing the floor. Okay, but when he came over, he was going to be getting an apartment, like I said, with the money that he was going to withdraw from the annuity, and he was asking me could I help support him during this period of time that he was crashing on my couch. And so I did, and he helped them put the floor in, and then while he was...
Did you hire him to put in the floor?
Never.
So you're saying that you had other people hired to put in the floor and he just came along?
No, when he was staying at my house, and they were going to put the floor in. He knows some carpentry, so he agreed to go over and help them.
At whose request did he agree to go over and help them?
Well, we were discussing it, and he said that he could lend them a hand because he knows the other guy very well that was doing some of the labor, and they worked together very well.
Did you install the floor with his two friends or employees, or?
I installed the floor myself, Your Honor.
They weren't around?
His friend that he's talking about, he was around drinking beer and just lying around, basically.
Did he actually help did he touch the floor in any way?
He helped, he assisted on moving furniture around.
Come on up.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
Eric Hassey.
Mr. Hassey, what light can you shed on this?
Edmund had been staying over Howard's house, and initially Paul...
What is your relationship with Howard?
I work for Howard now, independently. I met him actually at my previous job. I worked at a local, like a convenience store, and it's a fairly small town, so
okay.
He kind of kidnapped me from there.
Okay.
All right, so we were going to put the floor in, and Edmund was staying over Howard's house, and it's kind of like a sort of, I kind of overheard the conversations. Edmund had basically been borrowing money until he was able to get himself back together. And then what happened was he offered to do some flooring work to help Paulie and I, because he knew how to do it, and basically reduces what he was supposed to pay.
What do you say he was owing you?
Oh, every day he needed expense money for food and gas, and to get his license back in order, and his kids he wanted to take out, and so on and so forth.
What do you say he owed you? How much was he borrowing from you?
$75 a day.
Seriously? $75 a day?
A day.
To do what? Every single day you'd fork over another $75 to him?
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
Really, really?
It was the way it went, and
yeah, did it go that way?
No, it did not.
Okay, did you crash on his couch?
Not even close.
So would you ever do work for a friend?
I would if I had my own business. I know how to handle myself professionally. I would think my friend would also.
Yeah, but what about the friendship?
Well, it depends on how much I needed the money and how much he was paying.
And how much you value the friendship. If it's an okay friend, it's like, you know what, whatever.
That's true. You're
That's
exactly
your point. Final word. Would you do work with a friend?
I would, actually. I think there would be you would have to really talk about it initially and get some agreement in place before you would do the work.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everybody who does this going in thinks it's going to work out. That's the problem. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you stay at his house?
He's totally lying.
And he's lying too?
Yeah, he's lying too.
No, wait a
I
minute.
got proof.
Okay, how do you prove?
I got, first of all, just to show a history of that he doesn't pay for jobs being done, I got a affidavit from same court, same small claims, that from another mutual friend that ripped up the rug and he refused to pay him. He had to take him to smallest claim court also, and a week before the date he paid it. That's for one. Also, I have a backup letter from that same individual that if you'd care to read that.
I do.
I have a proof of residency. I'm not homeless. I own a home, and I'm going through some problems with my wife. So I was living with my sister at the time. Never lived at his home, Your Honor.
Do you have an affidavit from your sister saying that there was never a time when you left your sister's house to go there? Did you know he was going to say that you were crashing at his house and that you owed him money?
I did know
Okay,
that.
so do you have something from your sister saying, or, or from your ex?
Unfortunately, it's not an affidavit. It wasn't notarized, but
Let me see what you got.
I got pictures of the job.
Let me see the pictures. Who's Kurt Jacob? This is the fellow who's filed a letter against you in the small claims case. What's that about? He says that you tried to stiff him on a rug installation or removal or something. Talk to me about that.
I didn't stiff him at all, and he
had to sue you to get paid.
I paid him because he had taken a memory card out of the computer, and out of my camera, I mean, and we were doing work on it. He was doing some work in my house, and he was paid. And in order to get the memory card back, I just paid him $100 in order to get it. Actually, I didn't pay him. I had Eric pay him because I didn't want to deal with him because he was under the influence when this whole thing was going on.
Okay. Let me suggest to you that if you do work, Mr. Flynn, are you working otherwise or no?
Right now, no, you're wrong.
I'm sorry. Where are you staying?
So my sisters.
Still at your sister's?
Yeah.
Did you borrow money from him?
No, I did not.
I think you're all liars. So distasteful for me because I don't think there's one person in here who's telling me the truth. Not one. So
I'll tell you the
distasteful.
truth.
No, you're not.
You know, I've been truthful. You know, I might come out.
Oh, I don't think you're truthful. I don't think anybody here is truthful, but I got to try to figure out what happened because I do think you did work and I do think he tried to stiff you. And that's where my problem lies. If I didn't think that'd be easier, I'd just walk off and tell all of you guys, you know what, I don't believe anybody, nobody's proven their case. But the thing that I'm having difficulty with is even though I don't think you're 100% honest, even though you probably did flop at his house because your circumstances sound like you might have, that I do think that he asked you to do the work and I do think you should get paid for it. And I see a pattern on his part of getting people to work and then not paying them. And I find that, you know what, don't. All right. I'm going to order the defendant to pay the plaintiff the original amount, which is the $350 on your counterclaim 0. That's my verdict.
So here comes the defendant on the losing end of this verdict from Judge Milian. Step on in here. What's your first reaction to this?
I'm no comment really. We didn't get a chance to explain the whole situation and present our case, but he did install the floor, but he was compensated more than he actually owed me money for the counterclaim. I had witnesses for that, and the whole story didn't actually come out because there was a lot more why he was fired and everything, but I didn't really want to comment on it. Okay.
All right, you head right around the corner here. Let's see what the plaintiff has to say coming out in this case. All right, so you collect $350 for your work in this case. What's going through your mind now?
Yeah, it's trying to expose him what he really is, stiff.
You say he's done this to other people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, why'd you do the work for him then if you knew he had a history of that?
I didn't think he'd have the nerve to do it to me, basically.
And now what have you learned?
He's a stiff.
Okay, Harvey?
You know, in some ways, I think it's especially important when you're dealing with a friend to really write down the specifics of what has to be done, what's expected, how much is going to be paid. That's the only way you're really going to preserve the friendship. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.